Yo, 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 yo. Oh, sneeze. I have zero idea what is causing this glare on my side cams, but boy is it annoying. Alrighty, let's go ahead and update the workout. Week 4. Damn! I hit 320? No, 332? We'll have to see about all that. It'll probably be... Did I do 320 last week? Did I? Maybe. Oh, I did 315. I remember that. Yeah. So it'll probably be like 325, maybe. Somewhere around that. So around 325. Three sets of 9. Probably around 205. And then it'll be... We did some back yesterday after the stream. So it'll probably be like just bicep curl. And I think bench dips. I don't think we did that on Tuesday. And then whatever else we can get in after that. We got 205 ready for us. My hat here. Alright, 325. 225 loaded up and ready to go. Definitely could have slept a bit more last night. A little tired going into today's session. But should be no problem. Nothing we haven't lifted several times before. Yeah, I'm like really trying to figure out what's causing that glare, because there's literally nothing different about the lighting. Do not know. Oh, that didn't change it. I'm going through it today, I can tell already. Why? Wanting to cooperate. Alright, 225. Alrighty, up next, 245. Oh, let's see here. We got our workout today. I was kind of thinking about doing maybe a game stream at some point this afternoon. I don't know if it'll be right after the workout or not. I kind of thought about playing the Vindictus play test. I'm assuming you meant this. You're talking about the side camera. Yeah, so they have the new Vindictus test for their other single player game that's coming. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on today. Having some issues with that second camera. Side one. There's a little bit of a glare that I'm not really sure what's causing either, but we tried figuring it out and could not. All right, 245. Good seeing you in, by the way. Welcome in. Alright, now we go ahead and take 265. Making our way up. Feeling a little stiff today. Stiff, icky. We're on week 4, so not too concerned about it because, you know, we have deload next week, and that's pretty much a good opportunity to clean up any, you know, maybe aches and pains that have accumulated. But, I mean, so far, still, the elbow has been feeling pretty good, so I think we're ready for next block. We're ready to get after it, mess around with some new things. And see how it works out. Ugh. I'm really having some difficulties today. So it seems. All right, 265. far, so good. Next up, 287. Oh, we're just looking forward to tomorrow. We got deadlifts tomorrow. We should, I think we should be able to hit another PR for tomorrow. A nice 4-rep max. So definitely excited about that. Having some issues. I'm about to lose it. Come on, stay. Our makeshift light blocker is not blocking light. But yeah, hoping for a 4-rep max PR tomorrow. Did I just hit this weight? Let me check the... I'm obviously quite out of it today. Did we hit this? I think we did. Alright. So let's see, 287 and then probably 310. And then our top set, whether, you know, that's 325 or what that is. So here we have 310 put on the bar. Nice 310 for a quickie. And, Can we even load up 330? I think it would have to be 332 if we were feeling good enough for something higher than 325. 310. Yeah. So it'd be 325 or 332. All right. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. A good hype song going here. All right, let's go. That was a very strange unrack. I don't know what's going on there. It was a very weird one. It felt like I completely lifted it off of the one side before even getting it off of the other hook. Should be no problem though, not really too worried about going up. Surely it will happen again. Horribly. Top set is incoming. 325 for a nice single here, hopefully. Good tempo. Oh no, it's doing it again. Oh. Man. Chat, I am getting a little on the triggered side. We are going through it. Oh my god, man. We are having some issues. We just gotta make it last a little longer. Alright, top set. These distractions today, it already started to fall. Okay. Might just have to change the exposure if it's not gonna stay up. $325. Come on. Come on now. All right. Not too bad there. Definitely not my best. It should have been easier. Yeah, hey, you know what? I'll go ahead and divvy out my plates to all of my followers first. Followers first. Anything after that, sure. Welcome in, by the way, guys. Hell yeah, appreciate that, Iron Bison. Good to have you in. Guys, welcome in for all things powerlifting specifically, you know, fitness, pain, rehab, injury. I am a chiropractor. You know, I've been lifting weights and powerlifting for quite some time now, like probably 10 years. So definitely have a slightly different approach, I guess, from your average chiropractor. You know, occasionally I'll do some game streams here and there. I appreciate that nonetheless, for sure. Every single follower counts. Love to get some more people in on the community. Alright, so we'll probably just do 205 for our back offs for sure. We'll need that. Legit Kyle actually tells some people that can't be realigned and that a realigned could hurt them. Yeah, I would say that I definitely align more. Sorry, we're having some issues with our lighting. I have a makeshift light blocker that is not doing its job, so I'm gonna change the exposure here a little bit to compensate for it. It'll be a little bit of a darker tone for today. So most of the time, like my I would say my treatments are movement based or exercise based. My opinion really is that, you know, adjusting can help in the short term, right? It's like a cough drop to kind of ease the symptoms, but certainly not a cure-all, or, you know, I would say the solution for most people. And of course, I am critical of my own profession and, you know, just understanding the shortcomings of you know, adjustments, and we're not realigning anything, right? I think we're in a pretty good position where I think from the research we can say that it doesn't do that when we adjust somebody, right? We're just providing short-term pain relief. I think if we really got like into the nitty-gritty, what's the best way to describe this? The joints might get like a slight gapping with adjustments, but is that really doing anything in the long run outside of just knowing that? Not really. Not sure we can quite say that. But yeah, you know, it's a short-term thing, I think. But sometimes that's all that people need, right? Like if you just had an acute episode of some low back pain, most likely it's gonna get better in 4 to 6 weeks no matter what you do, right? So if you want some short-term or like some temporary pain relief to sort of, you know, help pass the time with, then sure, but you don't need to see a chiropractor 3 times a week for 4 weeks to get your back pain better. That would be like my short rant, which I guess wasn't so short. Yeah, no, a lot of that stuff's BS. We have plenty of evidence that suggests otherwise, and there's just a lot of people that still haven't learned from it and grown from it, and kind of focused on like what we can do beyond that to help out the person in front of us. And those narratives are like kind of harmful too, right? Because then it kind of causes people to not engage in maybe like physical activities or other things that they really could be engaging in, and that would probably better, you know, serve them in the long run in terms of health and aches and pains. Yep, very, very critical. Of course, not just of my own profession, but I think it's harder to be critical of your own profession, and it's much easier to be critical of other professions. But I'm certainly critical of, like, I guess, healthcare in general. I think there's a lot of opportunity to do better in my profession and other professions as well. I think it's funny because I like often say like it's really easy by the time somebody gets to me because they've already seen other providers, specifically maybe like other chiropractors that like just adjust them real quick and send them on their way. They're not better. They've been there multiple times. I'm just like, okay, well, that didn't work. That wasn't enough. So we can build on top of that and implement in some mobility stuff, some strengthening, and lo and behold, that typically leads to more long-term changes and just feeling better. So yeah, it's definitely messy out there. Especially like when you're dealing with athletes or gym goers. Just different populations that need different things. And I think a lot of people don't respect that enough or really consider that. So yeah, from what I said earlier, part of me starting the whole Twitch streaming was to help promote and like educate about, I guess, more evidence-based information regarding pain, injury, rehab, training, the combination of those things. Typically if I'm dealing with an injury or some aches and pains, then I try to highlight that and make note of like what I'm doing differently to try to help out with that and whatnot. We actually have been dealing with some right elbow pain the past I would say, we'll go ahead and round up and say 2 months. We were rounding out, I would say, like a high performance strength period where we PR'd the bench and we hit 365. And then these past 4 weeks, we've been sort of like taking the opportunity to kind of do like a maintenance block for bench and just be more conservative, rest up, heal up, and then we kind of slowly stressed the elbow a little bit more each week so that we felt good and that we feel confident for next block, because we're gonna swap some things up. We're gonna go from bench frequency is gonna change from 3 times a week to 4 times a week. I'm gonna get in an extra day of bench per week, I think it's just time to make that swap. Um, I think me getting the 365, the previous PR from that was 360. It took a little bit longer than I thought to gain 5 pounds. And I mean, if you look at the really good bench pressers, even especially the lighter weight bench pressers, they're benching like so many times a week, right? Certainly at least 3, but a lot of them are even benching upwards of like 4 to 5 times per week. So we're gonna mess around with some higher frequency. But we were pretty much just making sure that we set ourselves up for success. We didn't want to go into it already, experiencing some elbow pain. So that's why we kind of waited a block to sort of have this maintenance period to start feeling really good. Once we swap the frequency to 4 times a week, we will for sure every week have to get a bench session in back-to-back days. You can't get in for 4 days per week without having it back-to-back at some point. Need to get on some mobility training. Was thinking of implementing yoga into your training. Not a bad option. What would you say your goals are? Like, what kind of training are you doing for sort of general fitness, building some muscle, or anything in specific? We've been talking a lot. Time to get a set in here. One more set. Gotcha. So, maybe more specifically, like bodybuilding type stuff. From the sounds of it, at least. One more back offset here. Then we're going to do a little bit of some accessory work. I think for the rest of the day, we're just kind of going to chill out. We might do a game stream. Definitely want to rest up for tomorrow's deadlift session. We're going to try to go for... So last 4 rep max for deadlift was 595. So if we could chip it, I would be happy. But realistically, if I could hit like a 605 for 4, then I would be very happy with that. The goal, tired of getting injured lifting super heavy, so I'm changing it up. And is that was that prior to you getting your coach? Now you have your coach and you're like in a better spot training wise. Oh man, 15 months is quite some time. Well, glad you're you're still pushing through and you're getting back, you're getting back into it. That's the one thing that I would like to, really grow and expand on is being able to work with people like telehealth or virtually, online with rehab programs and consultations, because then I can like really niche down and work with, weightlifters, power lifters, Olympic lifters, bodybuilders that are like in the gym consistently that, could use that sort of like specialized help and like go to a provider that also, practices what they preach, they exercise, they've been there, they've dealt with a lot of that stuff. So they might have like more of a nuanced approach for sure. You're just training strongman, compressed. I see. Oh man, yeah. That sounds like it was kind of like a freak like incident then, right? Like the pad kind of shifted under you. Kind of just like an unlucky scenario. I hate to say unlucky, but I mean, hopefully you know what I mean. Let's see, do we got our music going still? Yep, looks like it's still going. Alright, last bench set here. All right. So yeah, just some little bit of some accessory work now. Nothing too crazy. Of course, just try to build up some muscles for the good old summertime. Lead up a bit. Some bicep curls. And then dips really to try to stretch that elbow one last good time here. So I don't have anything too heavy here at the gym, or at the home gym. Dumbbells we got up to 25, so we usually just try to incorporate more so the tempos, if we need to, pauses, whatever variations to make it a little bit harder. Move the bench here a little bit so we can set up a bit better. That should be pretty good. I think we've been doing the 5 kilogram, but I think we're gonna go heavier. We'll see if the dumbbell will kind of stay put. Okay, or if it's gonna roll around a bunch. Just gonna put it right there, and we're gonna kind of try to raise our hips. That seems to be okay.
Computer technology has been moving in a way that nothing else people have ever known.
So just a nice superset here, 3 sets. I think we'll be at a pretty good position once we finish up there. We had a bench session yesterday that we made up so that we could get a stream in, so bench sessions back to back, plus a little bit of accessory work, but don't want to go too crazy. Yep. Nut crusher. We got what? Skull crushers. I guess that one will just be the nut crusher exercise. Did a pretty good job with managing the elbow. I think this block, you know, we're feeling pretty good. It's not really, it hasn't bothered me in probably at least 3 to 4 sessions now, like whatsoever. So, and we've even had to like double up, like I said, and did these bench sessions back to back with variations that were like the most provocative, right? So the feet up close grip are generally the most provocative for it, but they've been fine too, so. Hip thrusters are your worst enemy. Back on a bench kills me. That's, you're just saying that, like, since your injury? Having a bench across my mid back has always driven me nuts. Interesting. Trying to think what of some good alternatives would even be for a hip thruster that would like truly be as good as hip thruster, you know, for what it's used for. And it's like an irritable position for you. Some people also have like I guess a different concept of like what mid back, upper back, low back would be. Because generally, when I'm thinking about like a hip thrust, really it should be like your upper back. That's really on the bench like so, right? I guess that would kind of be getting into mid back. It's all about that positioning too, right? Making sure we're nice and tucked under, rib cage down, and not so much where our rib cage is flailing up to the ceiling and kind of got that arch. Real good. You might know that already though. Just for some other people. What am I doing here? Oh, getting old. Just feels like you're laying on your spine. Yeah, you know, I would say like chin tucked, and then really it's like sort of upper back. The only thing is just keep in mind, like I said, if you want the most out of your hip thrust, you really want that. So you don't want to be out like this. You want to sort of draw the pelvis in close when you're thrusting. Posterior pelvic tilt's going to work, you know, glute muscles, hamstrings, adductors. So you're not feeling it like just in your low back. I think the easiest cue for it though truly is just like rib cage down. Because you kind of think about that if you can kind of visualize where your rib cage is in space, and if you feel like it's like sort of raising to the ceiling, you don't want that. You want that rib cage down, nice and tucked under with the glutes. You're gonna get more out of it that way. But yeah, like I said, you might already know that. So yeah, I would say like, you know, sometimes people kind of will try an exercise and they just don't feel like it's working the muscle um, that it should be. It's probably like a positioning thing, right? Like a joint positioning thing. You need to sort of change, you know, how you're like what your starting point is and like your sort of joint alignment, and then suddenly you feel the exercise a lot more. It's magic. All right, last set here. Like here, we're just really focusing on trying to bend the elbows back. I forgot that I started with bicep curls, but it's not that big of a deal. It's all the same. all the same. There we have it. So I'll hang out for a few minutes here as we close things up. Feel free to ask any questions, give any comments, suggestions. Anybody really in the chat? Like I said, I was thinking about doing a game stream today, but I'm not quite sure if it'll be like immediately after we get done with the workout stream. I slept kind of funny last night, so not quite sure how much of a potato I'm about to be after I get done with the workout stream. But I really wanted to try out the new like Vindictus, right? Like Vindictus, I don't know if anybody's played it, but they're working on a new one that's like a single player. Uh, I don't know what it would. I guess it's kind of similar to like Souls-like games. That's what it kind of looked like. Appreciate your input. Definitely going to attempt it a bit higher on my next leg trunk day. Tonight's arm day. Heck yeah. You got yourself a nice arm day today. Hopefully it's, I guess for me in Missouri, it's very nice outside. The weather is finally warming up, so definitely some good feeling, like hormones going out for sure. And hope you have a good rest of your weekend as well. Alrighty, everybody. An hour and 5 minutes. We got our full bench workout in and some little bit of accessories, some arms. So that's what you can get done in an hour. This lovely weekend, if you wanted to. Thanks everybody for the support. Thanks for the chatting. Thanks for the follows. Really appreciate it. We're gonna keep this thing going. Just trying to grow and expand across like Twitch, but of course other social medias. So I'll go ahead and send that out. If people want to follow me on other platforms that I might, be posting slightly different stuff on, feel free to. And yeah, we're just gonna continue to keep building the community. Just having some people in here that, generally just positive, uplifting, care about fitness, care about good information, just like to hang out, maybe play some games. All right, everybody, have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you. Should be on Tuesday, either Monday or Tuesday for next workout stream, but we should be getting